I'm Pam Simon, and I'm the conference chair for Manifest. Joining me today is Thomas Evans, the Robotics CTO of Honeywell. How are you?
Doing well. How are you, Pam?
I'm good, thanks. So let's dive in. Tell me about Honeywell's safety and productivity solutions, warehouse automation technologies.
Yeah, so Honeywell SPS, Safety and Productivity Solutions, is a part of our business that really works to utilize the safety and the advancements of our products to increase productivity. We stretch around the globe. We have mobile devices. We have advanced sensors. We have advanced software, all of that in the name to increase productivity for our customers.
Tell me about some of the different technologies that you're providing, because I feel like the whole Rolodex that we can dive into, as it pertains to e-commerce.
Yeah, the e-commerce space is extremely accelerating right now due to the impacts of COVID and the pandemic. And we're seeing a lot of that increase, not just from the SPS side and providing productivity solutions and safety in the workforce, but also from our automation standpoint. So due to the demand to increase material movement inside of the warehouse distribution center to get products to your doorstep and into the retail stores, we're seeing a lot of advancement in that area and demand from our customer base. So that is something where we look from Honeywell Robotics perspective. How can we mature some of the technology that we currently have to be able to facilitate the demand? But also from our customer perspective, what are they looking for now based on a new outlook of the future demand and what should be the new reality inside of the e-commerce world? So we have a lot of new technology that we're looking at in our roadmap. We're looking at it across the board, not just through SPS, but overall Honeywell, and to see what technology we can bring together to put the most advancement out there for the operations of our customer.
And with warehouses and distribution centers grappling with the significant and ongoing labor shortages, I saw Honeywell's recent announcement surrounding warehouse automation trends. Can you talk us through some of those trends and what you've been seeing?
Right. So a lot of my role is to talk directly with the customer. And I've been on customer sites through pre-pandemic times and going into the accelerated growth. And those aggressive areas of acceleration are in the automation space, the robotics sector, the software sector, being able to pick and place product, being able to move it across the warehouse and distribution center. Those are areas where we want to assist the laborer or replace shortages in the labor workforce. We're seeing both. So it's not just to answer the demand and the acceleration, but also say, if we don't have that labor and there's extreme labor shortages, how do we compensate? So from our side in our development, we're looking at making that pretty optimal with what we call advanced autonomy, being able to perform a complex task or repeated task that we wouldn't want a human worker to be doing day in and day out. And some of those are depalletizing. We just launched our SmartFlex depalletizer product, which uses advanced machine vision to visualize products on a pallet, be able to pick and place it onto the induction conveyor all day long autonomously. Then also our AMR solutions, being able to move products and pallets of products through a complex and dynamic distribution center, is something that we've advanced and have been putting that out there to address the labor shortages and the increase in demand from our customers to get that to the product floor.
I can imagine that. And, the recent report showed that the mobile robot market is expected to grow from $3.6 billion in 2021 to $18 billion in 2025, which is a big jump in a short period of time. So what types of new forms of automation should companies be on the lookout for, be made aware of?
So I think AMR is obviously through that growth prospectus are an area where a lot of our customers and our partners are really trying to provide an answer to move material that way and products. So with that growth, we're answering that with our solutions. So I'll give you an example of a few, just moving inbound pallets that come on a trailer from one location in a warehouse to where a worker can induct them into the conveyance system. Being able to have a mobile robot that follows a picker and maybe utilizes one of Honeywell's mobile handheld devices that tells us where a product is on a shelf to be able to pick that product and fulfill an order. Those are areas of mobile robotics that we're utilizing and putting out there. In addition, the highly laborious tasks and the ones that are pretty unsafe for our workers to do day in and day out, unloading the trailers when they come in. If it's product that is just in cases that is in a hot environment or an unsafe environment. Some of our products are inside with robotic arms, picking and placing product onto a conveyor to remove them from the unsafe workspace. And then interoperability. If we have a lot of those various solutions combined together inside of a warehouse, well, some very advanced control software that operates where product is at all times, and the control software that tells the robot how to interact with the rest of the product and the movements to make a facility successful.
Yeah.
All of that is incorporated together in one seamless system. So that's what we're shooting for and have been advancing.
And that seems like it would be extremely helpful given the different variety of robots that are being integrated to make everything move within the warehouse.
Sure. Correct. So you want to know where a product is and how to move it around and be successful at it at all times.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, with the labor market shift, then what types of skills are being prioritized?
We see a little bit of a shift in the market right now. So more highly trained engineers that can understand the automation piece, the control systems, bringing robotic systems up, the intelligence of the robot. So we're across our organization really understanding as we develop these new products, how quickly can we get our workforce trained and optimal and being able to service them and provide the best service and support to our customers. A little bit of a different skill set when you're looking at it from traditional material handling and conveyance to a robotic system with machine vision and machine learning intelligence on top of it. So we have been successful with that right now with some of our training programs, not just with hands-on hardware, but also in the digital space. So some of our virtual training and looking at digital twins inside of the warehouse. How do we show that in a digital world and get our team up to speed more often and more quickly, without sending them to site, and just also getting our customers to visualize how the product is working and train their on-site staff as well.
I mean, I would think that being able to have that digital twin to be able to train off of would definitely advance people that are in those positions.
Mm-hmm. Agree. And so also on the projection side, the digital twin can replicate the existing operations inside of the warehouse or distribution center that our customers are facing. Yeah. But what happens when that demand increases 2x or 3x? So it can project how they can prepare for those operations and always be on their toes.
With these different robots walking around, how far are we from fully dark warehouses going live? What are the specific technology advances that need to happen in order for that to get there?
Yeah, so I mentioned a little bit earlier the buildup of autonomy, being able to have robotic systems and intelligence, so robots can be more complex and do more complex tasks that the worker is doing right now with a lot of workforce behind them in operations and applications. We are building solutions that are integrating with other solutions to be able to automate and make more of the warehouse itself autonomous. And the hard parts of that are the ones that are the hardest for the worker as well, to be able to do things repeatedly in environments that are tough, to be able to see the product with a vision system as opposed to being a human worker being in the same situation as well. So we're trying to replicate and create environments that enable us to perform those tasks robotically and also then link them together so we can understand the flow of how entire distribution centers and warehouses can become more automated. Do I think it's tomorrow? No, we still have a lot of technology development to do. There's a lot of interoperability to do. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of flow back into how vendors supply product into a distribution center or warehouse to make it more optimal for a robot to interact with as opposed to a human on a forklift or a human just picking and placing. So there's a lot of things that are in that chain of events and the technology maturity, not just itself and the endpoint solution, but fully integrated through the warehouse to get to that reality.
Okay, so near future.
Near future, I'm hoping it's one of the things that we have our eyes set on at Honeywell. It's definitely a galvanizing technology to be able to do all of that and bring that together to show a full warehouse working autonomously with lights out. But we know there's a lot of technology and some innovation that we're going to keep pushing on to make that happen.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, and you can keep me updated on how things progress.
Sure.
I think that's all the time that we have for today. But very excited to have you speak at Manifest, taking place January 31st to February 2nd at Caesars Forum in Las Vegas.
Excellent. Thank you.